Hi, Maddie and Mima and sister in mommy's belly and sister. Judy and the Volcano by Wayne Harris. Judy wears glasses. So Judy has an imagination. She's a writer. The first page starts off, she's got an attitude though. When it comes to writing stories, there's no doubt about who is going to get top marks. It's Madeline Corsi. Always Madeline Corsi. Madeline. I can't stand it. Well, here's Judy fussing about Madeline. That's her classmate. Mrs. Be the Best You Can, their teacher, always says, Madeline's got imagination. Well, so what? I've got it too. Once I wrote my whole story in invisible ink, Judy says. All Madeline's got is fairies and elves on the brain. Well, I've never seen a fairy yet. I wish I could, though, says Judy. But she's so smart, like that story she wrote where she was fed honey on spoons by 9 fairies in dresses made of cobwebs. This is Judy talking about Madeline and their stories. And then what I wanted to know was, where was the spider, says Judy, while all this was going on. So this is Madeline. That's Madeline. And she's daydreaming about her fairies and the honey. Yeah, okay. But where's the spider, says Judy. Now, if she had something real, like a good volcano in that story, or a gorilla, then it would be exciting. Everybody's seen a gorilla and everybody's seen a volcano. It's just possible that a volcano might erupt at any minute in the playground. But that's called geography, says Judy with a laugh. And it was imagination that made me put that rubber spider in Madeline's desk with a message saying, give me back my cobwebs. Remember the cobwebs? The fairies? The fairies' dresses were made of cobwebs, so that freaked Madeline out. I was given detention. Mrs. Be the Best You Can said I was to stay in every lunchtime until I'd written a decent story. So there she is talking about the volcano in the playground. Mrs. Be the Best You Can. And then there's Madeline freaking out. There's the rubber spider. And then there's the gorilla checking Madeline out. Freaking out. It's not easy to write a story when all you can hear is everybody else in the world having fun. It's not easy when the page is blank and you're hungry and everybody else has already had lunch. And when you notice Mrs. Be the Best You Can looks like an iguana. And that awful clock says you've only 10 minutes left and you can't think of anything to write. I tell you it's not easy. And then Madeline comes up to you and smiles and says, I forgive you, Judy Marks. Well, really, if it wasn't for Madeline Corsi being so good, I wouldn't be in this mess, she says. On the second lunchtime, when everybody else was playing adventure games, I wrote, my name's Judy Marks, and I couldn't think of anything to write after that. She couldn't think of anything, and there she is, just drawing a blank. Was that too fast on that last one? She's drawing a blank. Okay. Then I put, I'm caught in the worst storm the world has ever seen. Look at Judy Marks. Look at her glasses. She's caught in the worst storm the world has ever seen. That's what she wrote. And I'm the only one who can rescue all the children from the giant iguana. But I didn't say that all the children looked like Madeline Corsi and that the iguana looked like you-know-who. This was getting to be fun, she says. And all the kids down there look like Madeline Corsi. But I couldn't think what to write next. I wanted to put a gorilla into the story and maybe a volcano, but it was too hard to think how. After lunchtime, Madeline Corsi said to me, "I hope your story is good, Judy Marks, so you can come play tomorrow." And I said, "This story's terrific." But somehow I knew she thought I was just being imaginative. There's Judy with her volcano, and even her gorilla helping her think. The next day I wrote that giant tree vines had grown around my legs and arms, and the volcano was spurting red-hot lava around the island, and all the children were yelling, "Save us, Judy Marks, save us." I had a good mind to stay just where I was. After lunch, Madeline Corsi came in and slipped me 2 chocolate chip biscuits under the desk. You know, she really isn't so bad. So, you know, she can't help being that good. I decided I'd rescue her after all. Then Mrs. Be the Best You Can suddenly said, "What's that you've got in your hands, Judy Marks?" That's when I decided the iguana had to go. She's got an imagination. I imagine rain pouring down on the hot lava and turning into great clouds of hissing steam. I made one gigantic effort to break the vines with my enormous strength. Then the iguana appeared, and lunchtime was over. And everybody came into class looking very happy with themselves. That was okay because I was beginning to feel very happy with myself too, says Judy Marks. But, Judy. Madeline asked me how my story was going, and I told her that Mrs. Be the Best You Can was an iguana, and I was about to trap her. We both giggled, but then Mrs. Be the Best You Can trapped both of us and said, "You 2 girls, come out the front." Caught again. There they are. Oh, we had trouble. They didn't do nothing wrong. Did they? No, I don't think so. She said, "Tomorrow I want you and Madeline to read your stories to the school assembly." And then she smiled. When, you know, that was kind of odd because Mrs. Be the Best You Can smiles. She doesn't like... Hold on, let me back up. Odd. When Mrs. Be the Best You Can smiles, she doesn't look like an iguana at all. The iguana just disappears. So that afternoon I wrote that I dammed up all the rivers on the island and stopped the lava from causing any harm. The children were safe and the iguana was free to roam on its own land. After all, iguanas aren't so bad, says Judy Marks. The two gold stars for Madeline and me were nearly as exciting as everyone clapping. I couldn't wait to get started on my new story. There's Madeline Corsi and Judy Marks. They got the 2 good marks for their stars. And look how she got like an iguana. Must be the best you can. It's about she can't wait to get started on her new story, remember? It's about a gorilla who rescues 2 famous writers from a giant cobweb. The end of Judy and the Volcano. And the end of this episode of Storytelling by Nonna. I love you, my girls. Talk to you later. Next story, next time.